Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for one of the biggest announcements, besides the fact that we won our third state championship in 4 years. In the history of Walled Lake Central High School, today is truly a proud day. Please welcome from All-American Games, Connor Brown.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to welcome each of you to today's U.S. Army All-American Bowl Selection Tour event. It is my pleasure to have us here today, and please join me in welcoming from the U.S. Army, Captain Jamie Breckenridge, Sergeant First Class Marcus Roberts, and Staff Sergeant Aaron Alley. Also with the Mullen Brothers uniforms, we have Regional Representative Joe Lutz. And of course, thank you to Principal Charles Morgan, Music Department Chair Mary Rashid, and Band Director David Rogers for inviting us here today to Walled Lake Central High School to make this special announcement. We are here today to celebrate 3 talented students who have been selected as just 3 of 125 high school marching band members to perform during halftime of the nation's premier high school sporting event, the U.S. Army All-American Bowl, which will take place on Saturday, January 4th, 2014 at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas. Selected students exhibit exceptional musicianship, marching achievement, character, and leadership. The U.S. Army All-American Bowl is a unique celebration of the American youth and the American soldier. Not just anyone can be a soldier, and not just anyone can be a U.S. Army All-American. To become either takes mental, emotional, and physical strengths that few possess and even fewer employ. It is these strengths, along with dedication, determination, and teamwork, that allow them to succeed and excel in school, in training, but most importantly, in life. It is the embodiment of these strengths that earn All-American Bowl players and marching band members the right to wear the colors of the U.S. Army. For more than 13 years, the U.S. Army All-American Bowl has established itself as the nation's premier high school sporting event and has featured a host of stars that have made their mark at the highest levels. Not just NFL stars, but top drum and bugle corps members, instrumental performance majors, and future music educators. Now in its 7th year, the U.S. Army All-American Marching Band is establishing itself as a nationwide celebration of high school music. It's now my pleasure to introduce Staff Sergeant Aaron Alley, who will be officially inviting your All-American Marching Band Bowl members to Bowl Week.
It is a pleasure to be here at Walled Lake Central High School. Thank you all for inviting me to be a part of this extraordinary event. 8 years ago, I made the decision to serve my country. The diverse options and opportunities in the Army have given me the chance to do things I would no longer have had the opportunity to do. The Army forges a unique strength in its soldiers, a strength I use in my everyday life. Only the strongest wear the Army colors, and I am proud to wear these colors and serve our great nation. Celebrating more than 13 years of excellence, the U.S. Army All-American Bowl emphasizes the unique skills and values responsible for success in marching band, in the Army, and in life. Marching band, like the Army, provides young Americans with training, discipline, and experiences that make them mentally, emotionally, and physically strong. It takes a special person to be a soldier in the United States Army, just as it takes a special band member to be selected as a U.S. Army All-American. U.S. Army All-Americans not only possess these strengths of a soldier, they also live by those same Army values: loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. They are dedicated, motivated, and know how to be a member of a team as well as a leader. It is these strengths that have earned them the right to wear our colors, the colors of the U.S. Army. It takes a great team to produce the outstanding musicians who are selected for the Army All-American Band. We would like to honor the entire Walled Lake Central High School Marching Band for the support and commitment you have shown to each other and your school. Please give them all a round of applause. Now, it is my privilege and honor to announce that Haley Perrette, Harrison Seltzer, and Michael Perry have been selected as a 2014 U.S. Army All-American. Haley, Harrison, and Michael embody the characteristics and values of Army-strong soldiers, and we are proud to have them on our team and wear the All-American colors. Haley, on behalf of the Secretary and Chief of Staff of the United States Army, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the U.S. Army All-American Marching Band Class of 2014.
First and foremost, I would like to thank the U.S. Army for sponsoring this event and giving the three of us the opportunity to perform at such a high level and with people that are so passionate about this activity. Following that, I would like to thank our band director, Mr. Rogers, for being supportive and for teaching us and nurturing us through the past 4 years of our high school experience, and for really showing us the value and dedication to teams and to ourselves. I'd like to thank my parents for supporting me and for always encouraging me to do the best I can. And of course to the school and faculty of Walled Lake Central, especially Mr. Morgan. So thank you all for the support.
Next, Harrison, on behalf of the Secretary and Chief of Staff of the United States Army, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the U.S. Army All-American Marching Band Class of 2014.
I'd like to thank the U.S. Army for giving me this wonderful opportunity to perform in the U.S. All-American Bowl this December, and for supporting music throughout the years. I'd also like to thank Mr. Rogers, Joe Gerard, Blake Daughtry, and the rest of the Walled Lake Central Marching Band staff for giving me the skills required to be in such a program and supporting me throughout the last 4 years. I'd like to thank my parents for encouraging me to push this far and to push into exploring my musical talent as far as they have. And I'd also like to thank Mike Rockwell for pushing me to go into All-American. And I'd also like to thank the rest of the Walled Lake Central Marching Band for being a great program and encouraging me, and as well as many others, to pursue their musical talents.
And finally, Michael, on behalf of the Secretary and Chief of Staff of the United States Army, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the U.S. Army All-American Marching Band Class of 2014.
I would like to thank the U.S. Army for supporting high school music and providing me and the other All-American band members with the opportunity to perform at the U.S. Army All-American Bowl. I've waited 4 years for the chance to audition for the All-American and follow in my friends' footsteps. I'm so excited that I now get to march with the best in the country. I would also like to thank the people who have helped me achieve this position. My parents, Mr. Rogers, Blake Daughtry, Mr. Morgan, and my fellow band members for pushing me to advance myself. I would also like to thank the Army representatives for honoring me at this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Haley, Harrison, and Michael. The Army recognizes that these All-Americans did not achieve this level of success all alone. Along the way, they have relied heavily on band members, classmates, friends, family, teachers, and band staff for support and guidance. Mr. David Rogers, the Secretary of the Army and the Chief of Staff of the United States Army, have asked me to extend their congratulations on your student selection to the 2014 U.S. Army All-American Marching Band.
I would also like to echo what the kids said and thank the U.S. Army. It's so special that you guys support the high school band so well. And also DeMolin Brothers and your sub-sponsors for making all this happen for the kids. The kids are amazing, and they're all great people, and I know all their teammates know that. I'd like to thank Mr. Morgan and Mr. Gutman for having putting such an emphasis on the arts and making sure that we can be successful by supporting us so well. And to all the kids, I would just like to say that I hope you guys dream big and aspire to be up here having your own induction ceremony someday, because it starts with a dream, and then all these kids worked extremely hard through the years and made it happen for themselves. So let's give it up for them again.
Thank you, Mr. Rogers. And thanks to everyone else for joining us for today's celebration. I'd also like to thank the U.S. Army, the members of our Army here today, in particular Captain Jamie Breckenridge, Sergeant First Class Marcus Roberts, and Staff Sergeant Aaron Alley for joining us for today's ceremony and for their service so that we can continue to enjoy our freedom. Let's give one more big round of applause to the U.S. Army. And a big thanks goes out to all of our sponsors who make these events possible, including the U.S. Army, American Family Insurance, the National Association for Music Education, Drum Corps International, DeMolin Brothers Uniforms, Jupiter Wind Instruments, Mapex Marching Percussion, and Majestic Concert Percussion. And don't miss a minute of the action during the months leading up to the game as the section tour winds its way to San Antonio, announcing fellow All-Americans at high schools across the country. You can watch the U.S. Army All-American Marching Band perform live at www.banddirector.com. And again, that's January 4th, 2014 from the Alamo Dome. And you can catch the inside scoop on the selection tour and bowl week by checking out the U.S. Army All-American Bowl on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And finally, let's give it up one more time. The reason we're here today for your U.S. Army All-American Marching Band members, Haley Perrette, Harrison Seltzer, and Michael Perry.
In closing, I want to mention, I don't know if I mentioned this, but we won our third state championship in 4 years this Saturday. My shtick at the end of this is always to tell you to look left, to look right, and then you might find the next Army All-American. But this is our 6th year in a row that we've had an Army All-American. And as you can see, there's 3 of them here. So you have to look left, you have to look right, you have to look in front of you, and you have to look behind you. So you can find Army All-Americans that we will have here again in Walled Lake Central. So thank you for again, the Army for all you do for us. Thank you for serving our country. This place would not be the same without gentlemen who serve our country daily. It's really appreciated. Thank you to our honorees. Thank you to the Vikings, and I'll end it the way that I always end it. As always, go Vikings!